with this discussion, I really want to talk about, like, when we talk about equality, we never really get granular with it and talk about how much more effort we have to do and what that costs us in time and energy, and which I just think is a good thing to talk about. Because Nikai, you had to go battle for equal pay. But how much did that, if we could all just go around and talk about like times where that took up time, like creative time, and give an estimate of how much time you think that's taken off of your productivity. Like, and like that's emotional as well as just time, like explaining yourself. So if anybody wants to weigh in.
Absolutely. Kara, it took, I would say, a couple years because, it affected me, ongoing within life. Like I really didn't understand, the dynamics of it. And there was a part of the story I forgot to mention was that the woman, she came up to me, the one who got my position, and she said, "I really love what you've been doing here with the place, and I really enjoy, I think," she said, "whatever you implemented, we're going to keep that. You don't mind, right?" And I was like, well, no, I mean, what can I do, So think about that even after I put in all that time and effort, she still took my ideas and ran and implemented it in all the stores anyway. But I did getting a settlement lawsuit because there was a lawsuit against them. So I forgot to mention that.
Yeah. And for me, it really took an emotional toll on me. I really felt like, you talk about support systems. Well, I certainly didn't have any in the companies that I was working with. And, honestly, when I would come home and talk to my mom about it, as much as she wanted to be a support system for me, it was really challenging for her because I was doing things that she never thought could be done. My mother grew up in an era where you went to high school and then you got married and you were a housewife. So she really couldn't relate. So I don't know that I really had a lot of a support system around it. It was like you just kind of had to go through it. But I can tell you now that at this age, and that was 20 some odd years ago, I still feel the effects of it. When I've worked in the corporate world for many years, and then ultimately I walked away because I felt like I wasn't able to be the best version of myself. And I went independent and I now have my own business. But every now and again, those voices creep back up. You're not good enough. You can't do this. I'm still in an industry that's dominated by males and by women that don't look like me. So, when you talk about the time, the effort, it's still an onion I'm unpeeling right now. I'm doing a lot of work on myself from a personal development perspective because I realize that all of these things that we've all experienced, they affect us and they sit like in the recesses of our life. And then they show up in the most unexpected ways, where you feel like, a great opportunity comes. I listen to you, Kim, and kudos to you landing Ulta, right? And like if someone came to me and said, you're amazing and we want you in our stores, if that's what I was doing, I think I probably have that voice in the back of my head telling me, I don't know if you can really do this. Maybe you should just stay back here. That's a continued issue, at least for me. I don't know about anyone else, that I continue to work on.
No, I definitely agree with that. I feel like, constantly having to check in with myself and talk to myself about, I'm more prepared than I think I am. I have more skills than I think I do. And also the issue of, feeling like you have to work twice as hard to get half as much, feeling like, okay, this is my burden, but I'm just going to do it. I'm going to put more effort into something when you realize that there are, kind of other people who I don't want to say that they're skating, but they're able to put energy into numerous other things, to spread their opportunity far and wide. Whereas I have this sense of like, everything I do has to be perfect. And so you invest so much energy into getting something perfect when for other people, it seems like perfection is not the standard. Just having an idea and going with it, allows them to take more shots than I would take, because I feel like the one shot that I'm going to take has to be exceptional versus taking many different shots and seeing what sticks. So it's, you kind of, in a sense, it feels like you're losing time because you're investing so much time in so fewer things because you feel like I've got to be perfect to get ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, Black women are overprepared. Black women are overqualified. Black women are over the greatest debt, and bamboozled into thinking that we're not. If you find a Black woman that is at the top of the game doing whatever, this is probably the most brilliant person you ever meet in your life, because what she hasn't had to overcome to get to that point. So that's the reason why I love being in the beauty industry, because a part of me, I have this quote that says, beauty is revealed and not applied. Mm-hmm. You cannot make a Black woman smarter. She is the most degreed right now. She is the fastest growing entrepreneur right now. You can't mess with her. But all you try to do is make her think that she is not what she is. And so that is the biggest trick that's out there. And so anytime I get a chance to meet, because we have a lot of Black girl magic who wear my line and my cosmetics and I interact with, I'm just like, man, these are the most brilliant women the most brilliant people that you will ever meet, because most will never have to conquer what she did to get to where she is.